take a taxi outside
the Gare du Nord to anywhere. Just don't get it. Don't get a taxi.
We're having a dinner date.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is a very unorganised videoing of this Paris Q&A that I've been planning for ages. So I'm staying at Tina's today. You're going to have dinner with us and then we're going to be answering some of your questions that you sent in. I've kind of grouped them all together and we're going to tell you all about Paris. Where did we order from?
Caminata? I don't know.
Caminata. Caminata. It's an A. Caminata.
Yeah.
Caminata. That's where we ordered from.
What did I say?
Caminita.
Yeah, I get.
You still don't know, do you?
Well, yeah, that's how I say it.
You said Caminita.
Did I say? Oh, it's
yeah,
isn't it?
With a. I got the pesto pasta. Tina's got the
Cashew pepper. Definitely had better cashew pepper before.
But for £9. And then we got some salad.
Arancini rolls.
Arancini. Let's try that. Should we want half?
Yes, please. They're huge. Thank you. Okay, taste test. Let's go. They're nice.
Not very truffly.
Oh no, a little bit.
Okay, question 1. Did you take a day 2 when travelling to Paris with the and for the COVID pass, did you just use the app or the French version? We're both double vaccinated, so we only needed a... Oh my god, I had a bubble in my nose. We only needed a day 2 when travelling to Paris from the UK. Obviously, like everyone says...
You mean travelling back?
As in, to go from the UK to Paris, if you're fully vaccinated, when we travelled, we just needed a day 2 lateral flow test. That is
Paris.
No, but just for... Tina, why are you complicating everything, man?
No,
as in... But if you want to go to Paris from the UK...
I can take a lateral flow.
No, yeah, but to go, you need to book a day 2 before you come back.
Oh, like, yes!
As if you want to go on holiday, it's been a really long day, guys.
Oh,
if you're fully vaccinated, when we went, you just needed a day 2 lateral flow. We booked ours on Randox. It was like, what, 20 quid or something like that? Super easy. You do it all on the app.
Yeah.
So straightforward. There was a code that was just like, I think EasyJet 2021, it gave you some money off. So I'll leave a link down below if you need to find somewhere to book your test. And obviously, like everyone says, check the government website before you travel because things might change by the time you watch this video. In Paris, when you go to most restaurants, bars,
literally
when
everywhere.
you enter the museums as well. But basically, for most places, they're going to check your COVID travel pass. So you can just have the one downloaded for the NHS app and it's the second one, like dose 2 that they're concerned about. So as long as you have that, you can also use the French one. I think, and I don't know for sure because everybody who came on the trip with us was double vaccinated, I think as long as you have a negative test and you can show that, they still let you into
places,
bars and restaurants. But basically, you can use the French one or you can just use the NHS one on the app. Don't do what I did. Well, you can do what I did because it was easily fixable. But I thought you could still use the same COVID pass that I used when I went to Mallorca.
I also thought I could do that, but you can't. You can't. Like they're only valid, I think, for international travel for a month.
So you have to renew it. Can you take as much as you want on the Eurostar?
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
I think you can. I think
no one checks.
No one checks. I think technically, when Dana checked, you were limited to like maybe the size of the luggage had to be a certain size, but you could take 2. It could weight anything. I think it could weigh anything, but it's just maybe the size because there is sections where you can leave your luggage on the Eurostar and I guess it just has to fit in that without blocking.
I feel like, and we all had quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah, we had a lot of stuff, but it was fine.
Yeah, the only issue I would say is when you have to put it through like the security thing, you literally have to...
Yeah.
Hi, can I call you back? I'm just filming.
And the step, basically from the platform onto the actual train is really quite big, and that is the only issue if you have a super heavy bag. But I think for the most part you can bring whatever you want. Obviously, I think alcohol, there was some allowances. You can see on the website like restricted items is pretty straightforward, but compared to flying, it's just a lot easier. Although it's a train, this is not that related to the question, but it is because it was the Eurostar. You can't get there like you would a normal train platform, like Liv did. I feel like I explained on my Paris vlog that Liv basically missed her train. The gate obviously closes half an hour before you. I think you have to be there an hour before just to get through checks. Our line, when we went through, was actually really long and they had to slow it down. So definitely get to the train an hour before your train at least. Yeah. Oh, fucking hell, Liv.
Hey! Telling them how you missed your Eurostar, because that's my favourite story ever.
I watched Juicy's vlog at the gym and I was was laughing to myself on the trip. I was like, they're talking about me.
Yay, bye. A lot of interruptions. Okay, 3. Where did you stay in Paris? It looked lush. Would you recommend it? And what other hotels would you recommend? So I've kind of bundled a few questions that are basically based on where we stayed. My hotel was really nice. The room was quite small. We booked a cozy with a balcony. It was about, with the exchange rate, 800, which is quite a bit for Paris, but the area is nice. I'd say the area was quite safe.
For how many
4
nights?
nights?
Yeah, okay.
I wanted like a nice room, a little balcony. It had a city view. It was really pretty.
It was.
And it had like the bath was nice. Bathroom was nice. It was all nice. It was just. I think it's quite similar to the what's that famous hotel? Oh, not famous. The Hoxton in Paris. Yeah. And you know they have their like shoebox rooms. I think it's like one of those rooms with a balcony. It was really nice.
I didn't know our room was.
They had a spacious for 3 of them.
Really big for Paris. Yeah, there were 3 of us, so it was like a family room. But for Paris, I think for Paris standard, because I think a lot of hotels, like based on my experiences with Paris before, like Paris tends to do this thing where the photos look super nice, and then you get to the hotel and it's kind of not what is expected, and you're like paying a good amount of money.
It was definitely expensive. We went at a peak time, and even when I booked that hotel, that was probably about the average price for most of the rooms there, unless you were going.
I think still like reasonable. The area it was in was amazing.
So it was like basically a 7-minute walk or something from Cafe de Flore and like Le Deux Margots, and it's like really close to the Saint-Germain area.
It's just a nice area, like the neighbourhood's really nice, and
exactly.
Like really like the buildings are all that like classic Parisian.
And it did feel really safe. There's loads of restaurants around there, loads of shops. We were only a 15-minute walk from the Louvre. Like it was quite close to the river. I feel like it was quite a good area to stay in. Yeah. And then their last hotel was really, really nice. If you're looking for somewhere that's like
we went from
special, they really like worked their way up. Because our hotel, I think, was a 4-star hotel. Yeah. Really nice. It had a spa and sauna as well, and a gym. I didn't get to use it, but I'm sure it's really nice. And their last hotel is like a 5-star hotel. It's off the Champs-Élysées.
Yeah,
so literally the Arc de Triomphe is literally
we were
not even 5 minutes like down the road.
So good.
Stunning hotel. Like if you're looking for somewhere
unreal, honestly.
Like special occasion, like nice high ceilings, loads of space, the bathroom insane. If you go on LinkedIn is perfect, you'll see it.
Wow. That's all I can say about that hotel.
But it was like 400 euros a night. So just budget-wise, that's what.
Yeah, definitely on like more like luxury, high-end.
We'd recommend the K&K Care Hotel in Saint-Germain, which is where we stayed. Both of us stayed over the weekend, I guess, when Camilla was there. Recommend Hotel Alicia. And then Liv stayed at Joe M, which looked really nice. She said it was really nice. She'd stay there again. It was in the Pigalle area, which is close to the Moulin Rouge. And then she also stayed at Maison Mare, and she said that one was really, really nice. She definitely recommended it. So those are the 4 hotels that I would recommend. We would all recommend, and I will leave them down below so you can find them easily. Next question is, what restaurants did you visit? Would you recommend? Right, I'm going to put a list of all the restaurants here. If you're stuck, they are listed on the Paris vlog as well. I actually would have recommended all of them apart from
the one we went for.
Oh yeah, so the dinner, in all fair, I was too drunk. Like, I thought my truffle pizza was delicious. I watched back like vlog footage that I took of Camilla like eating her stars, and she was like, these are so bad.
On the menu, it said that it was pasta, like really nice pasta. I'm getting it, and it was basically ramen with cheese. And I
don't remember seeing pasta on the table, so.
You tasted the pasta. Why
did it?
Yes, you did.
I honestly don't remember there being pasta on the table. The vibe of that place was really fun. Like for drinks, and if you get like nibbles, I'd say the truffle pizza wasn't bad. But I think you have to. I think you have to get it because it's more.
That's a shame. Because honestly, for drinks and like a fun time, great. For food.
So fun. And that's just really quick. I wouldn't recommend the place that I went for French onion soup in Monmarte.
Would you not? I'm so glad we were gonna go. It was like, where did GT have that French onion? No.
That was not good. The second one that I went to on our last day was really nice. The first one in Monmarte was a tourist trap basically, so I don't recommend going to that one. I think Mama was amazing.
As
always safe bet, definitely go there. And Moloko was definitely up there with all of our favourites as well. Moloko was really nice. We booked it for drinks.
So good.
And it was like Asian tapasy style food, but it was very good vibe.
Portion size were like big, considering we were like, we're going for snacks.
Definitely, but yeah, that place was really, really good and good vibes as well, so we would recommend that. And Cafe de Flore I did not recommend. Did you go there? I don't rate it. I don't get it, I don't rate it.
It's just because it's like Elan here, right? It's
I can't stand that place.
I prefer the one next door, the one I can't pronounce.
Deux Margots.
Yeah.
We both went there. I went there twice to have the goat's cheese toast.
Also touristy and overpriced for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you want like that full aesthetic Parisian,
and I'd say like actually nice, like the goat's cheese thing that I had was nice.
Nicer than Cafe.
But yeah, Cafe de Flore, I don't get it. The orange juice wasn't very nice. They don't do non-dairy milk, so I couldn't even have like the cute coffees. But apparently the cute coffees were like €7 to €9. I can't remember how much Liv said. They were really expensive. They had an omelette. She said it was fine. She said the baguette was nice, but we're in France, so you could probably find a baguette cheaper somewhere else, basically.
No, I do think it's just one of those places.
It is. Like I don't think now that I've eaten there once, I won't be going back to go there.
No.
This one's kind of similar. It was fun bars, restaurants and shops. Places to take your friend for a surprise 30th. I think a lot of the restaurants as well definitely turn into like a more club vibe. So Jardin was like that. Matignon, which is actually where we ended up going, the few of us, to go to the nightclub, that also has a club downstairs.
Even Moloko, I think.
Yeah, Moloko as well. So definitely those three. I think Victoria is supposed to be quite good, and that is actually opposite on the other side of the road to where we had our second dinner at Le Jardin. There's another place that I think someone said Noto, and that turns into a club vibe after.
Yeah.
But I did look up the menu, and it was €130 for a lobster linguine. So I mean, make of that what you will. I can't afford that kind of lifestyle, but if you can afford that, apparently that was really good. And there was one called Manko, which is quite new, and I think it looks like a bit like Koya in Mayfair here. I think it's that type of vibe. Those 5 places that I named, take a look at them, try and book it before, but it should be fine. When did we book my one?
You were pretty like on top of it.
Yeah. There's nothing there is not one thing spontaneous
I
about.
was booking Moloko,
You booked Le Jardin. I was like, there's nothing left up to chance here. Want to go here, we're going to get here.
On top of it.
So hopefully that was helpful for your friend's surprise 30th. Is it safe to get the metro? We're on different sides of this here. Tina is you're not really comfortable going.
Yeah, but I'm just a very paranoid person when it comes to security and just like.
Yeah, you have to be very. Is it vigilant? Is that
vigilant?
The word?
Yeah.
You really do. So there is obviously a lot of pickpocketing in Paris. I would say they're a lot more unashamed of it. As in, I feel like in London, if they're gonna try and rob you, it's quite subtle. It's like. You wouldn't even notice they are not even. I feel like this is making it a lot scarier than it is, because I didn't actually encounter any of this.
I don't know why I'm commenting on this. I've never taken the metro in Paris.
Okay, fine. I have taken the metro in Paris. Everyone has said multiple times, like, you just have to be really careful. Just have your possessions on you, zip everything out, just make sure you can see all your possessions. As long as you're safe with it, like, it's fine. I personally wouldn't get the metro in the evening. I did feel quite unsafe. I was a bit uncomfortable.
It's a no from me, sir. Yeah. It's a no from me. Thank you.
There is just sometimes some characters, and I understand that. And obviously, there was basically like a homeless man, like with a tent, like blocking the path, and we were walking past, like minding our own business, going past. And I don't know what he was doing, but like his bare bumhole was facing an umbrella, and I was too scared to. I did, because I said I don't know if I saw a man try to shit in an umbrella. Yeah, it was a lot.
That's a lot.
So that's what I mean. Like sometimes at night, you don't get that in the day. In the day, it's pretty. I actually think it is quite safe. Yeah, it is obviously a really cheap option to get around the city. In the day, I think perfectly fine. As I said, it's like €1.90 a single fare to anywhere. So if you are on a budget, last year, 2 years ago when I went with Anushka, we got the metro everywhere. Even in the evening, but the evening for us was like 8 PM going for dinner, and it was fine. I had one incident when we first got off the Eurostar and got the metro to the hotel, and a guy tried to basically take something off my bag, and that unsettled me a bit. And after that, we don't have any issues. It was smooth sailing. So I think stick to the metro in the day. You should be fine, and maybe avoid it at night if you can.
Fair enough.
Where was the bag and black dress you wore on your birthday?
Oh my god, dream!
So the dress was from a brand called Lexi, which I think is an Australian brand. It was actually loaned to me from High Street. High Street is
We love High Street.
Yeah, they have really nice stuff, to be fair. It's basically, I mean, you hire outfits outfits. I guess you can do
like
bags
dresses.
They have coats, but mainly dresses.
Yeah, like there's so many companies now doing it. I just think it's a great way to
just be more sustainable as well. Just not have to buy things. And they have nice stuff, and it's reasonably priced. It is really reasonably priced. Super easy to use. They send you the dress. There's a returns label. You wear it. After you finish wearing it, you package it up. You send it back. They clean it. All of that. Really straightforward. Yeah. So the dress is from High Street, and the bag was also hired from our Pinterest wardrobe.
I would drop cash down on that bag in a heartbeat. So beautiful.
I'd seen it on Instagram. I had actually seen it on Cinzia and Sophia when they went to Paris. I was like, the bag is beautiful. That is the perfect birthday bag for the dress that I wanted to wear on the night out. It's actually, I would actually say it's even more beautiful in person.
I would say so too. Like, it's pretty in photos, but photos doesn't do it justice.
It is stunning. It's called Lelinghi. It was not that cheap to hire. Well, it wasn't bad. It was like £72 for 6 days. Because I ordered it for a day to come early, so it definitely was going to be there for Paris. The bag itself costs about between like the high 600s.
Okay, so let's think about this.
600's a lot to drop on a bag. That is a lot. It's nearly 700, not even the lows, like the high 600s. Okay, but and how often are you going to wear that? Because you can.
Well, this is not what you were telling Dan.
I don't know, but I think you can.
How often you would wear it?
I mean, I wore it with everything. I wore it with everything because I'd obviously known that I'd paid that amount of money for it for 5 days. I still think it's definitely an occasion, but on top of that, it's sold out at the moment, so you can't actually buy it. I did link some dupes on Amazon, but the gold is not the same. If you want the black or red one, it looks pretty similar to me, and it's literally obviously like £15. In the hired wardrobes. How long does the Eiffel Tower sparkle for?
God, we were so stressed about this because we had no idea how long it sparkled for.
It sparkles for 10 minutes on the hour after it's dark at nightfall. So it will do like the yellow light with the sparkle every single hour until the final hour, which we learned at 1 in the morning. She does not do this all night. 1 AM is the last sparkle, and it's like a black,
black and white
with white lights, always looks blue, like fun sparkle. Insert picture here of that vibe of sparkle. And then the lights turn off, basically from night, every hour for 10 minutes until 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
This was related to the restaurant question. Sorry, I should have put this up there. How did you get a table at Loulou? Been trying to book it, can't seem to.
Oh my god. I don't think anyone can get a table there.
I found out that the tables basically get released 2 weeks before in advance, and they don't accept bookings further than 2 weeks in advance. I asked a few people, this girl Nicole that we know, and she said that she booked everything when she was in Paris, because you can obviously just go and ask for a different day type like that. So you can do that. Or I made Dan call 2 weeks before, and I think he left it like 2 days late, but he called, because you have to call, you can't email. And if you think I'm going to call someone, no thank you. So he called and booked it.
Dead as you.
And it was all fine. And it wasn't super busy when we went there, but definitely book, because when we went there, we went in the wrong entrance. It's quite complicated to get in if you don't know how to get there. So we went in the wrong entrance, and they sat us in the downstairs section of Loulou's, which was like very dark. The interiors were like very dark. And because the weather wasn't very nice, the outside tables that you probably have seen on Instagram weren't open. So we just sat there for ages, and only when we went to put our coats away, they were like, oh, you should have come through this way. She's like, do you want me to take you upstairs to a nicer table? I explained this on my vlog. When you go upstairs, it's the inside Loulous that everyone would have seen on Instagram, like white painted walls, like very airy, very beautiful, way nicer. So just make sure you book, because I'm sure you could get a table downstairs, because they just sat us, but it's a lot more cramped, and it's just not. If you're going to Loulous, you're obviously going. The vibe that you're going for is not. It's not that vibe.
It's not it.
We did see someone basically saying that they were trying to call to get a table for loads, and then apparently the staff that were on the front tables that they don't accept calls during service. So, and I have heard this. I've heard this about a few
being that like.
Sorry. Well, you have to call to book, but we don't accept calls during
service.
So figure that one out. Sounds like a you problem. But I know like another restaurant that we wanted to book called Giraffe was more or less impossible to get a table. Tried so many times different. L'Avenue, from what I'm aware, is really hard to get a table, and you just turn up on the day, and if they have a table they give it to you. I don't think you can pre-book that one.
That you just kind of have to.
Yeah, or you book it in person. I don't think it's one you can call
or have
book
like
on
a
email.
connection.
Yeah, no,
I didn't get to try that. I really did want
I wanted to as well, and then I checked my bank account at the end of the trip, and I was like, it's not on the cards this time, I don't think.
Not this time,
Well, I know this girl who basically stayed at a hotel that has concierge, and I think for the most part, if you have concierge at your hotel, they should be able to get you a table at most of these restaurants. Well, the next question is the best photo spots in Paris with a view of the Eiffel Tower. So this trip, I took a few shots, but not loads. I do have a blog post that has got a list of like quite a lot of the, I would say, main photo locations in Paris. Tina went out there more or less purely to shoot, apart from our birthday. I mean, there's a lot of places. Oh I don't know how, if we keep listening, it's going to take ages. The main one is Rue Université.
And then the one by that.
La Hawaya. La Hawaya, that one.
Yeah.
That one's also really popular.
Judy will put the actual addresses here. So
I'll link all the locations below. That's probably easier. But Bridge was fucking chaotic.
Nightmare. Don't do it. I didn't even get to use those photos. I hated the photos. I was traumatized.
It was a lot. That was when Tina was saying there was that weird guy like potentially pickpocketing us. The issue was that we kept forgetting that we were there on a Saturday, and we were trying to do so much because obviously we were so dressed up, like we wanted cute pics in all our outfits. We went to this bridge. I've seen all the pictures of girls. It's like
the actual touristy part of the Eiffel Tower, to be fair.
Super
touristy. I don't know what was really going through our mind, but I think it's because. But on a weekday,
it wouldn't have been that busy. It just wouldn't have been that busy. It was just because it was a weekend. There was people fucking everywhere. There was about 30 people in the middle of this road because we'd seen it all over Instagram, especially this year. Everybody was posting like pics in the middle of this like
road,
and we were like, I'm not going in the middle of the road, blah, blah. When you get there, you kind of understand that maybe it's not... But it's chaotic. And it was just rife with pickpocketers. Like, it was just not a relaxed environment. So I don't recommend going on a weekend. That bridge, I'm sure, on a weekday is probably not as chaotic.
Late
late, not too chaotic, but still be mindful of pickpocketers. The last question, so that we're not doing this, but I feel like this is like 40 minutes already, but... The last question was, how much did you spend, did Paris like to budget, basically?
Wow.
I did not anticipate this trip to be as expensive as it was. Last time I went to Paris, I don't remember feeling like I spent like that crazy amount of money. I thought it was relatively good value, but last time I did what Tina did, minus the going out. Like, I literally went for work. We went there, we banged out like loads of content, got the metro everywhere, like I said. All our dinners were cheap, like... We were like I think we went in there like, this is how much we want it to cost for it to justify going. We were just a bit more on a budget.
Yeah, fair.
So I don't know what I spent last time, but this time, for 4 nights.
Sorry.
Okay. 4 nights, and I'd say more or less 5 days. Spent about, with Eurostar, hotel, and I added up my spending. It was 1.1. That's a lot. That is a lot.
But
Saturday murked my bank account. Alcohol is expensive. Cocktails are expensive. Alcohol is expensive in general. That's what's going to bump up the price. All the restaurants, more or less, that we went to were quite like
pricey. We lived our life.
We did. We lived, but it hurt. I'm not gonna lie. When I got home, I think also me having to pay for the accommodation, like when we got out there, was such a big chunk out of it. And I was saying to Tina, this bubble in my nose is really...
But if you take like the accommodation out of it, you actually...
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, but I'm only taking half the accommodation out of it. Like I paid a little bit, so I paid $4.50. That's still not good.
Oh, I thought she might have paid for the whole accommodation.
No, Dan sent me money.
Gosh, you.
Yeah, I paid $4.50. It wasn't cheap.
Right.
So we can take accommodation out, but I think it still hurts. Yeah. So it's not cheap. It depends. You can do it cheap. Like, I'm adamant that last year you can eat in these like cool restaurants called like it's like spelled BUILLON. They're basically like, the tables are quite close together, but they're just old workhouses, and you get like a 3-course meal with like some wine, and I reckon that could have been, I think it was like 60 for 2 people.
But that wasn't the tone of the trip.
Yeah. We
knew what we were getting ourselves into.
I knew it was going to be expensive.
Like, we knew what we were doing when we were booking these restaurants.
Yeah, but
ahead of time.
It still hurt.
Do not take a taxi outside
the Gare du Nord to anywhere. Just don't get it. Don't get a legit taxi.
Don't
get a Bolt.
do it.
Get
even if you're feeling really tired and lazy, which was our fucking mistake.
We just wanted to be out of there, like we were tired, we wanted to be out of there, we wanted to be at the hotel to get ready to go to Pink Mountain, like we just wanted to be gone, and we thought the safest option is we go to this taxi, because we were, in my head, I was honestly like, if this taxi is 50, 55, fine, 60, that's only 95 euros. That fucking hurt. Like, I actually wasn't over that until the next day, and I'm not even over that now. Like, that really hurt. That was quite an aggressive one to end on. I feel like that was most of the questions that you asked from Paris and about our trip. If you have any more questions, you can pop them in the comments or DM me. I hope you've enjoyed watching us eat our really cold pasta now. It was nice. Mine was really nice. I recommend.
Feel like I'm done because of the overtime.
I mean, you got through that really quickly, but we are gonna carry on eating this, and then we're actually gonna watch Setting Sunset. We need to go. We're honestly delirious.
Watch me dancing in the colors light.